So I just wanted to talk about all this UFC stuff today. I mean, first off, Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree. It ended as I predicted with a Khalil Rountree win. I didn't make a prediction video mainly because I wasn't that excited by the card, but also I did have a tough time picking the fight. I wasn't confident enough in Rountree to make a prediction, but if I were to have made a prediction, I would have picked Rountree. Nobody cares. But Rountree did a phenomenal job winning that fight. He should have gotten a knockout. He got the next best thing. He got a pretty much 5 round unanimous decision win. And Rountree really dominated the whole fight from start to finish. It was built on these leg kicks that he landed in the first couple of rounds. And Jamal Hill and Jamal Hill's corner really failed to adjust, essentially, to the damage that was done to Hill's legs. It's something in UFC fights I've never understood. When there's an injury to a fighter, it happens in boxing too sometimes, when a fighter has a very blatant injury and the corner just doesn't address it or talks around it. It could be some kind of part of the fight game I just don't understand as a fan. It could be that it's just obvious to everyone, so why address it? But it's just one of those things. It seems like when a fighter has a really bad injury, you'll almost never see a trainer address it directly and go, hey, stay off that left leg, right? Really prioritize not using that left leg. And Roundtree did a great job executing his plan here, and the leg kicks were massive, devastating. He stayed at range. He really just pieced up Hill for most of the fight. But I question Roundtree's ability to be a light heavyweight champion. We still haven't seen elite level wrestling from him. And we're at a point now with Ankalaev where there is an elite level wrestler at the championship level in this division. I've seen absolutely nothing to suggest that Khalil Rountree has the power to sleep Magomed Ankalaev if he can't sleep Jamal Hill. No. This is a fight where if Rountree wanted to be taken seriously by people as a championship contender, he needed to land a big knockout, and he's going to have to do that over somebody else. It could also be a matter of the fact that he didn't knock Hill out. Is probably just a matter of the fact that Hill seems to take punishment very, very well. He did a really good job of demonstrating here that he can take a lot of damage and keep coming forward. It was very impressive how he coped with the obvious pain of that calf injury and those leg kicks throughout the fight and kept coming forward and kept the fight at least interesting. But it was a dominant one-sided win for Khalil Rountree at the end of the day. And for Dana White to have to sit there at the post-fight press conference and announce Jon Jones's retirement is just completely ridiculous. And I should make a longer video about that. I mean, happy retirement, Jon Jones, but it really speaks to the disdain that Jon Jones must have deep down for Dana White and for the organization, which I don't blame him. There's a lot of things to not be a fan about of the UFC and of Dana White in many ways. But to drag it out like this for all the fans and to do that to Tom Aspinall in the way that he did is really, really gutless. And to make Dana White come up on stage and basically just announce to everyone that he got played and that the UFC has been wasting everyone's time chasing this Jones-Aspinall fight, that, I don't know. Do we remember that no one asked for that fight? Because nobody did at first. It's a fight that came about entirely because of circumstance, because of there being two heavyweight champions at the same time in the UFC. There's no inherent beef between the two fighters, yet Jon Jones has acted so seemingly contemptuously here that you have to figure there's something personal in it for him. There can't really be anything personal against Aspinall, so it's just obviously got to be the UFC. And he's taking it out on Dana instead of just retiring. And I think it says a lot about Jon Jones. It says a lot about his personality. He pissed a lot of people off. He was a big antagonist and a big villain in the promotion pretty much for the entire time, and it seems like he went out like one too. And I'm sure that his fans down the line, who will treat him like a legend and like he's, the greatest of all time, will continue to echo that opinion. But he really did something here to negate his GOAT case because, as we're constantly reminded in combat sports by people like Conor McGregor, being the GOAT is also about how you carry yourself outside of the ring. And it shows a sort of obvious level of immaturity where Jon Jones knows that in the minds of the people that criticize him, he can't be the GOAT. So he's just going to act however he wants. Except he actually did things to make people's opinion of him worse. He did a lot of horrible things outside of the ring. If people hate on Jon Jones, they are hating on him for a reason, as great as his career was. And he still can't come to terms with that, so he doesn't go out with any grace. He doesn't try to make up for any of his mistakes of the past, albeit these mistakes don't have anything to do with those mistakes, but all of them indicate a severe lack of judgment when he doesn't have UFC trunks on and the octagon door isn't closed.